Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Wednesday night MNSpiritCast. We are early tonight. We are on here actually a couple hours early, and you know what? It's great to see everybody because since we're early tonight, we're actually able to have more of our team on here instead of it being super late. I'm your host, Marcus, and here's your co-host, Raina, tonight. Everybody, Raina wanted to jump on and see everybody. We are on Twitch tonight for the first time, so I hope we do okay on there. And I hope the base over the support and everything can go over to Twitch and we don't have an issue over there. So I'm hoping to get to know more about it. And I do have a few people standing behind me and going to work with me on learning how to use Twitch. But let's go ahead and bring our co-host on. Everybody, it is our film guy / co-host. It's Brandon. How are you?
Hello. Doing right. How about you?
Not too bad. You excited for the show tonight?
Well,
So I don't know if everybody knows who our guest is, but obviously, yep. That's what our show is called. So the title says it all. It is Ken Allen, and we do have one more special person tonight. But before we bring these people on, everybody, here is our medium on the team. This is Rochelle. How are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Not bad. And here is Gabby, and she is a returning member who is having issues with her camera right now. So please bear with her tonight. But you know what? Rochelle and Brendan and Gabby, you guys excited?
Yes.
hold
absolutely.
on.
Now, have you guys heard of the Wizard's Table?
Yep.
Yep.
And what are your thoughts on the Wizard's Table?
I think it's a really good podcast.
I think so too.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's not keep our guests waiting any longer. Everybody, here is Ken Allen and his awesome co-host of the Wizard's Table. It's Mr. Spee. How are you guys?
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Good. How are you?
Not too bad. I mean, I got this little munchkin with me, so.
Greetings and
She's so
salutations,
precious.
y'all.
And
Well, it's a good thing she don't look like me then. No, I'm kidding. So, Ken and Mr. Speed, we were talking before the show, and we wanted to give everybody a twister and kind of start the show off strong here. So, do you want to go ahead and explain what you're going to be doing tonight?
Yeah, so I figured, well, Marcus had asked me, we talked privately about an hour or 2 hours ago, and I had explained to Marcus that, on one of the episodes, me and Mistress B decided to read from the Satanic Bible. Why not?
Right.
So and by the way, I have the Satanic Bible. This is my copy right here. And
I think that's so cool, honestly.
Yeah. And I got this on Amazon. It's like $9.
Oh, not bad at all.
But real quick, did you know that the Satanic Bible is one of the most, according to a police officer I know, it is the most stolen book in the world?
Really?
Like kids and teeny boppers and shit, they'll go into like Barnes and Nobles and they will steal this book.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But this book, okay, the Satanic Bible was written by Anton Szandor LaVey, the founder of the Satanic Church in San Francisco in 1966. The book, he wrote the book and published it in 1969. So.
Oh, interesting. So I understand because you read actually a couple passages from that on the Wizard's Table. Now, if everybody missed that, now is your opportunity to kind of hear a little bit about the Satanic Bible and what's in it and everything. So I figure it'd be a great way to start the show for sure. So Ken, Mr. Spee, take it over.
Do you have anything you would like to say first, Mr. Spee, regarding the Satanic Bible and LaVey and Satanism in general?
I'd like to tell everybody that it's not evil. It's about sacrificing babies and ghost blood and snakes and sexual death. It's a little bit more about how to live your life. At least the principles are. And a lot of the principles come down to do whatever the fuck you want.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
Amen, baby. The philosophy in the Satanic Bible is very sound. I believe in like 85 to 90% of what is written in this book. Most people think that this book, you know, if you read this book or if you buy this book, you're going to be struck by lightning and you're going to go to hell and burn and all that bullshit. First of all, I don't believe in absolute good or absolute evil. Neither does Mistress B. We don't believe in that foolishness. We don't believe in binary, you know, absolutes. We don't believe in, you know, the black and white bullshit. We don't believe in that. But so anyway, on the Wizard's Table, I forget what episode number it was, but we read what's called the 9 Satanic Statements. Now, real quick, you see the symbol right here?
Yeah.
This is the alchemical symbol for sulfur. Now, the Satanic Church adopted this symbol to represent to represent the Satanic cross, but it is in alchemy, in like medieval alchemy, it is the sigil or symbol for sulfur. So
Okay.
but what we did was on that episode, we went through and we read the 9 Satanic Statements, and then me and Mistress B had dialogue about it. We interpreted it. What does it mean? What does the first one mean? The second one, third one, et cetera, et cetera. And I'd like to do that tonight on the show if you guys are cool with that.
Absolutely. And to kind of answer the episode number, you actually sent me a link to that, and it's really cool. It is the Wizard's Table episode 9. So if anybody missed that, I will have our moderator post that in the comments for you guys so you can go back and watch it.
Yeah, because that was one of our podcasts where we didn't have a guest, and me and Mistress B, we just decided to come on and do our thing, y'all. So
Yeah, it turned out to be a great episode.
it was very, very good, and I think that our audience walked away with a new understanding and a new respect for what LaVeyan Satanism is. First of all, LaVeyan Satanism is not. Do not confuse LaVeyan Satanism with theistic Satanism. LaVeyan Satanism, for all intents and purposes, is atheistic Satanism. So Anton Szandor LaVey, again, the founder of the Satanic Church in 1966, he did not truly and actually believe in the devil, but he believed in what Satan, Lucifer, Belial, Beelzebub, Astaroth, Osmodeus, etc., all these names for Satan. He believed what he represented. And what did Lucifer represent? Lucifer represented the potential of mankind becoming their own God. Hail thyself, become your own God. Worship yourself. So
awesome. I actually think this is going to be super cool. Until I talked to you about it, I'd never heard of this. I've heard of the Satanic Bible. Never once have I heard anything out of it or even knew what it stood for or what it is. So actually hearing a few passages from you guys tonight is going to be a great start to this show for sure.
So if you guys are cool, me and Mistress B, we're gonna run this shit, baby.
Oh, go right ahead.
Okay. Oh, real quick, I did get a new mic, a professional mic, very similar to what I used to use when I did commercial radio in the 90s. Okay. I worked for a top 40 rhythmic top 40 radio station in the 90s, so I am loving this mic, y'all.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
You sound great.
So
can we see
does it sound better?
Yeah.
I've got my camera. My camera is like, I can't move it around the way.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
So.
You're good.
But it's a nice mic. It's nice, and it's heavy. Anything that's heavy is expensive.
Right.
I learned that from Jurassic Park.
So I must be expensive then.
If it's expensive, if it's heavy, it's expensive.
I must be expensive.
So, Mistress B, let's just do what we did, baby. You ready, whore?
I'm ready.
All right. The 9 satanic statements, baby. The 9 satanic statements. Oh, and a fun fact, Dave Navarro, you know Dave Navarro from the Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Yes.
This alchemical symbol, he actually has it tattooed right here.
No way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Why
And I'm
there?
huh?
Do you know why there? Specifically?
I don't have any knowledge as to why he put it there, but it looks amazing and it's sexy as hell. Because let's be honest, Dave Navarro is very attractive. Okay, so here we go, Mistress B. The 9 satanic statements from the Satanic Bible written by Anton Szandor LaVey. Number
I love
1.
how you said his name.
Do what?
I love how you say his name. Every time you say it the same.
So number 1 makes sense, obviously. Number 1, Satan represents indulgence instead of abstinence, right? Mistress B?
Christianity is all about abstinence, abstaining from any sort of pleasure. It seems like anything that would cause you pleasure is a sin, you know, sex, drugs, drinking, unclean meat, unclean oil. Like, there's all sorts of stuff in there that are delicious, like fried shrimp. It's unclean meat fried in unclean oil. Technically, according to the Bible, you can't have it, and fried shrimp is fucking delicious.
Amen. Same way with oysters and catfish, baby, because I'm from the South. We eat some catfish, y'all.
Catechism, like, you can't eat meat on, like, Lent, you know, like, you have to eat
That's
fish
right.
and other things. So I don't understand the point of that. Like, that's contradicting itself.
Well, they
Yeah.
don't understand either, baby, because they're Catholic. All right, number 2. Satan represents vital existence instead of spiritual pipe dreams.
And basically what that means is you get one life, you get one physical life, and you have to worry about what you're doing in that physical life instead of where you're going in the afterlife. Because so many people are out here running around wondering about what's going to happen to them when they die, where they're going to go when they die. And so they're so concerned about it, they stop living their lives while they're here. And you only get one turn on this plane if you believe that way.
Yeah. And honestly, I don't think it really matters what your religious beliefs are. I don't think it matters if you're an atheist, a Satanist, a Catholic, a Pentecostal that dances with fucking snakes and shit. I don't think it matters. All right, let's go to number 3, y'all. Satan represents undefiled wisdom instead of hypocritical self-deceit.
I love that one. I think that one's my favorite. There's so many things in the Bible where they talk about you not knowing things and not being able to know, like, because we can't handle it, or it's God's business, or it's like the Tower of Babel where we all used to communicate together and then we got too powerful and God split everybody up and made them speak different languages so that there was a knowledge barrier because they were getting too close to power.
Exactly, because he is a, let's be honest, the Jehovah, the Yahweh, the Tetragrammaton, especially in the Old Testament, he was a tyrant. He was all about, let's kill everything. Kill, 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 commit genocide. He condoned it, and to him, it was a holy thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, number 4. Satan represents kindness to those who deserve it instead of love wasted on ingrates. So within Christianity, you're supposed to give, unconditional love. Personally, I think that's bullshit. Go ahead, Mistress B.
No, I agree with you. I think it's absolute bullshit because there are so many people who don't deserve your time and your respect and your love, because there are so many different forms of love that are just simple. You know, if somebody cuts you off, don't let them go back in front of you 2 miles down the road when they get in a spot that's tight, or don't open a door for a person that doesn't say thank you.
Yeah, fuck them hoes.
So true. So real. Love that.
All right. Number 5 of the 9 satanic virtues. Number 5 says Satan represents vengeance instead of turning the other cheek. Bitch, I ain't never turned my cheek to nobody.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like an opportunity to get smacked is to turn your cheek.
Yes, for sure.
Some
I
people
only
just
have-
need throat punches.
I have 2 cheeks that I would love to get, that I do love to get smacked, and they're not here.
Oh my gosh. You guys see we're getting a little dose of the Wizards table. This is freaking awesome. You guys are great. You guys are great.
This is just Ken on his good behavior.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm actually being a bit reserved tonight. So
Yeah, I'm
Well,
intrigued.
yeah, don't be bashful with the behavior. Let it all out.
oh, I'm not bashful, but you got Marcus. Come on now. All right, number 6. Satan represents responsibility to the responsible instead of concern for psychic vampires.
I like this one a lot, but it's one of the ones that isn't as cut and dry as the rest of them. I think it basically means don't pour your energy into those who are never going to get better. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. So don't waste your time trying to help other people and fix everybody's problems and lead them to a better path. Just focus on yourself. And if somebody wants help and is willing to take the help, then you can help them. But it's not your job to fix everybody.
Exactly.
That's right. That's right. And that was number 6. So number 7, Satan represents man as just another animal, sometimes better, more often worse than those that walk on all fours, who, because of his divine spiritual and intellectual development, has become the most vicious animal of all, and that shit is real.
Yes.
I think this one is my favorite because humans are so awful to each other. I mean, you don't see deer out there starting huge turf wars and making nuclear bombs and trying to kill children and,
Yep.
all of this stuff that humans do to each other. I mean, look at the situation in the Ukraine, not to get political. That wouldn't happen in the animal kingdom. The 2 biggest males would fight it out and they'd agree to whatever sort of animal agreement they came to, and then it would be done. There would be none of this bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
It's needless
Exactly.
the way humans hate each other.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. And number 8 of the 9 satanic statements, number 8 says Satan represents all of the so-called sins, as they all lead to physical, mental, and emotional gratification. And I will also say enlightenment and transcending.
Yeah, I fully agree. I think that you should live, you should experience things and everything. I mean, have sex with a girl, have sex with a boy, have sex with both at the same time. Get to know the whole
Damn
playing
right.
field. Drink a little bit. Don't try meth, kids. That one's still off limits. But everything
Right.
else, go for it.
That's
Mm-hmm.
right. I mean, I love orgies and black jello, but hey. And of course, number 9 of the 9 satanic statements is Satan. This is important. Satan has been the best friend the church has ever had, as he has kept it in business all of these years.
Yes.
The church is a business of fear. It's really a poisonous place to be. Their whole message is do exactly as we say, or this horrible creature is going to torture you for eternity. And that's not the way to bring people to do good things. You can't motivate, or you shouldn't motivate by fear. You should motivate through love and compassion and understanding and life and joy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I personally think that when you're raising a child and you're bringing up a child, uh, I'm not bashing Christianity. It is what it is. But I think when you're bringing up a child in a Christian denomination, it doesn't matter if it's Catholic or Protestant, Pentecostal. But as far as the
Let's
others,
not mention Mormon.
oh, good God. You know, the Mormons, real quick. Did you know the Mormons believe that God lives on a planet called Kolob? And that
Yeah. And that
when you die, go ahead, baby.
when you die, you get your own planet.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, there's no heaven. Well, there is a heaven, but it's where God lives and you can't go, and it's called Kolob. But everybody that dies, if they're good enough, gets their own planet.
Yeah, just you and your wife get to reign over an entire planet.
How cool would that be?
And baptismal for the dead. Like, they're already fucking dead. What's the point?
Right, exactly. That's a big, you're right. Exactly. I'm glad you brought that up because that's a big deal in Mormonism is baptismal for the dead. Whereas with Catholicism, they don't worry about that shit, but they do pray for the dead. So
yeah, if you're not baptized before you're dead, you're screwed.
Right. And in Catholicism specifically, they pray for those in purgatory because look, in Catholicism, they believe in three things: heaven, hell, purgatory. And purgatory is a place you go if you're not good enough to go to heaven, not bad enough to go to hell, but you go to purgatory, and still you do have to face burning, treacherous, horrible, painful fire in purgatory for thousands of years. And then, here's your ticket to heaven, baby.
After you already got the crap burnt out of you.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Fire is such a big deal in Christianity. They love that. Christianity loves torment and torture and subjugation and getting down on your hands and knees and proselytizing.
I can confess to that. Like, I'm going to share just a little bit of my life story, but like, my dad was a pastor for a Mormon church. And we were growing up, he would actually sexually sell us to the people of the Mormon church. So,
oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just to elaborate on what you just said.
Yeah.
And some of the worst things happen to people in the church. I was reading this article about church trauma, and I have a lot of it as well. I grew up Christian, and there's so much just shame that goes on there, and some of the most hypocritical people and evil people I think you'll meet are at a church.
Yeah, right. Honestly, like every single week, growing up, I would go to church like every single week. And I don't know the story behind all churches and everything. However, the church that I went to growing up was some of the, you will walk in, you would expect people to like greet you and say hi and and ask you about your day or whatever. But I went to church with some of the rudest people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like they were,
and cliques. So many cliques.
Yep.
The phrase "holier than thou" exists for a reason.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It's like high school all over again.
Absolutely.
Pretty much, yeah. Man,
So
you guys,
the bottom line is, look, y'all go out and buy the Satanic Bible and read this shit.
I'm doing that after the show.
It's not anything like you guys would think it is. And I agree with, like I said earlier, at least 90% of the philosophy in this book. It is profound. Anton Szandor LaVey is underrated. He was a fucking visionary. This shit is real, and it applies today. It applies 100%. And I believe in the words in here.
When did you say that this Satanic Bible was made?
So Anton Szandor LaVey created and established the Satanic Church of San Francisco in 1966, and he then wrote and published the Satanic Bible in 1969, I believe it was.
Okay.
Of course, it's 69.
Right. Now, if you guys think about it, from 1969, it's 2022. I'm horrible with math, so I'm not even going to count how many years that is. But if you think that span of time that long ago, you know, all of this, and like Ken said, you know, he was a visionary, you know,
Yes.
because like you said, most of the stuff in this book is, you know, 99% true. And you know, we, and like you said, we still experience that today. So if you ever have doubts about anything, you know, just, I don't know, because there's a story behind everything. Everything has its own story, and of course, you know, if this was made that long ago, you know, and the legacy of this Bible still carries on today, you know, it still
Mhm.
And
applies
you
to the world
gotta
today.
think,
So,
you got to think it's one of the more modern Bibles. It's not back in the time where, you know, you still had to kill a sheep to save your child from Jesus or anything. And it's the only one that's free of translations. And, you know, there's nothing about pray the gay away in this Bible. So, I mean, it's a lot better than the
Amen,
rest of
baby.
them.
Amen, girl.
yes.
Yeah. You know what I want to do? I want to pray the straight away to those
Yeah.
poor bastards, who
yeah.
want dick but are undecided that whether they want dick.
You spread
Pray
that
the
gay
straight
agenda,
away.
Ken.
That's I do have a gay agenda, damn it.
So, just to kind of talk about this comment from Victor right here. Yeah, he says, I went to church one time. They told me to take my hip hop ass back to the hood.
I'm
Now,
not surprised.
right, exactly. Now,
I'm not surprised.
here's my take on this comment. Never judge anybody. Like they say, never judge a book by its cover. You know, Victor.
Mhm.
You know, I've been on the Don Vic show. Our whole team has been on the Don Vic show. Victor's a big ass teddy bear. Let's all admit it.
He's a good guy.
He's a really sweet guy. He's a lot of fun to be around. He looks like a big bad guy when you first see him. Now, here's my take on this. He walked in this church and they immediately judged him on how he looks. And that right there should be one of the last things that happens at a church. It's
Yeah.
just like, yeah, like you say,
Absolutely.
yeah, like, I mean, never judge, like they say, never judge a book by its cover, because you never know, you know. And Victor, I'm sorry you went through that, but you know what? Like, a lot of people are can relate to you, because like I said, when I went to church there, some of the people were nice, but not all of them are nice, you know.
Well,
So,
I
It's
went
because
to
nobody really listens to the teachings of Jesus. Jesus hung out with hookers and drug addicts and gay people and
yes, he
lepers,
did.
and he was
Yes, he
supposed to
did.
hang out with the bottom of the barrel. He was supposed to be spreading love and spreading joy and spreading a message of hope. And people in church don't do that anymore. They want to hang out with the people who look like them and talk like them and give money to the church just like them.
It's
I was
all
just gonna
it's
say,
all about
invite for money.
it's all about
Mhm.
the clicks, 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 clicks.
yes.
See, my mother is Sicilian. She's Catholic. My father was raised Baptist. So technically, not so much anymore. I did become a Catholic priest years ago. I studied for like 5 years, and I went to college for that shit. But
Oh,
the bottom line is, it's just not for me. It's not for me.
mhm.
There's too many contradictions. There's too many cliques. The rich people are the ones who are holy and are going to heaven, according to Catholicism.
Right.
Understand?
Oh yeah. To kind of talk about Kara's comment here, she says, I was raised for a few years in the Mormon church, and I found actually the nicest people I have ever met. It really depends on the people. There are shitty people everywhere, and there's also good people everywhere. I can say this comment is very true.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that. My
Absolutely.
stepson, well, you know it, B, your boyfriend, my stepson, he was raised Mormon.
And there are some very nice people in that church, but
Mhm.
there's also a lot of the Mormon religion that I don't know if I would be welcome in that church because I'm black.
Mhm.
They specifically say in the Bible that it doesn't matter if you're the coolest black person ever, if you're not getting a planet, you're not. It's basically worthless to be a Mormon because you're black. And I don't like the way that they write about women and the way that they treat women.
Absolutely, 100%. And you're correct on not only on the women thing, but also on the black thing. But bitch, if I get my own planet, you're coming with me.
Perfect. But to Kara's point, if there are nice people in normal religions, then there's also going to be really great people in satanic religions and left-hand path.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
Judge
This
the
right
judge
here,
the
baby.
person, not the
Do
the
not
belief.
be people. Do not be afraid to read this book. It will open your mind. It will open your eyes. You will get a new perspective of reality. The Satanic Bible is not what people think it is. You're not going to get struck by lightning. You're not going to go to hell. You know, and I've said this before. If hell and heaven does exist, I'm not fucking sure. I really don't think they do, but what the fuck ever.
Yeah.
If hell does exist, it's in another dimension. If heaven does exist, it's in another dimension. It sure as fuck ain't in the center of the earth. That is the most asinine, ignorant, primitive, Middle Ages shit I've ever heard.
Mm-hmm.
I think if hell and heaven exists, I'm going to hell, and I figure if I'm going to hell anyways, I'm trying to get a VIP suite.
Well, bitch, I'm not driving the bus. I'm going to be the hood ornament. So let's go.
I got you, dog. Beep beep.
Beep beep. Whoa, beep beep.
I call the top of the bus.
Yeah, we'll go in party bus style. There'll be a stripper pole in the back and music blaring. It'll be great.
Hey, I used to drive a 19. I'm not kidding you. I used to drive a 1968 World War II Hummer. I can drive the bus to hell.
Ooh. Ooh. Now, okay, just putting this out there. If there is a party in the bus and there is a stripper pole, do you think I'm going to be on top of the bus?
No.
No,
you're going to be on that stripper pole.
But I don't want there to be women strippers.
I pay to see that.
I would too. I put $1 in. I put $1 in your bikini.
Hey, it's better than nothing.
I'd like to
But
see.
hopefully, if there are strippers on the hell bus, there'll be male strippers too. So
we're getting a party bus.
But honestly, I don't think that if hell exists, that any of us are really going to hell. I mean, if they get nitpicky about the whole unclean meat and swearing and some of the other things, we might be going there. But I think that if God truly is a loving and compassionate God, we're all going to heaven, because I feel like each and every one of us tries our best to be decent people and do what we love and spread joy and kindness to others. And if that doesn't get you to heaven, I don't know what the fuck will.
Well, he says he's everybody, not him. He doesn't say this shit. Well, maybe he does, but for the most part, he doesn't say he does, but most people do, based on interpretation. And you can interpret the Bible in thousands of different ways. God, no, yes. I mean, look at all the denominations: Baptists, Pentecostals, Mormons, obviously, Catholics, or Russian Orthodox. Which, by the way, real quick, Russian Orthodox is beautiful. God, their ceremonies are immaculate. Mm-hmm. But I just. This whole all of God shit, genocide, burn every that he wanted to be able to smell the burning flesh and see the flowing blood of these animals, and for a supreme being to say, oh well, I have to test Abraham and to see if he will actually try to sacrifice his. Don't you know already if he's loyal to you? Aren't you God? Mm-hmm. And why in the fuck would you put the tree of life in the middle of a garden and say, oh, guess what, y'all? You can have anything in this garden you want, but guess what? This tree that you pass by every day, don't touch it. Don't touch it. It was a setup. It was a setup. It was
Mhm.
it's disgusting.
The God conspiracy theory.
So we got a lot of great people here. We have Lisa sharing out the Wizards Table Twitch, which
Thank
is
you.
amazing. Thank you, Lisa, for that. She's also supporting Minnesota Spirit Hunters from Facebook and Twitch as well. And we have Kara supporting us and moderating for us too. So thank you, everybody, for that. Just to throw it in there, the Wizards Table podcast is on Spotify, and you can find the link in the description of this podcast. So if you don't feel like sitting down to watch, the Wizards Table on Facebook or whatever, turn them on your way to work. Turn them on if you're going for a drive. They're on Spotify. You can turn them on. Just keep doing what you're doing, and you can hear this amazing podcast wherever you go. So, we have a lot of our Minnesota Spirit Hunters with us right here. Liz says Ken Allen and Mr. Spee are great, and I agree with her. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that.
Yeah, Lisa is a wonderful person. She's an ally of the Wizards Table. I, of course, am an ally of her as well.
Mm-hmm.
She promotes us. She's a wonderful person, and of course, Liz, who lives in Scotland. She's a wonderful person as well. And you know what? I gotta give big love, nothing but love to England and Ireland and Scotland, the British Isles, for Doctor Who.
Yes.
I love Doctor Who.
Yes.
My God in heaven. If there is a God, that God is named Doctor Who. I love Doctor Who.
Yes. Liz says there are churches that do that. Yeah, I totally agree with her. And like Nicole said, Nicole is, let me find their comment here. Nicole says, not all religious people, of course, but some. And I agree with them. Not all religious people are the same. And I completely agree with what both of you said. But I can definitely agree with Nicole because I ran into some great people at church, and then I ran into some complete dicks at church. So it goes both ways,
A lot of clicks, Marcus.
Exactly.
A lot of clicks.
Yep, that's a big thing. A lot of clicks. Some people think they're better than others. That we can't believe what they believe, or we can't believe what we need to believe or want to believe, or it all depends on the person, and I completely agree with everybody. So we have Judy Wallace with us. Hello, and thank you for joining.
Hello, Judy.
Hey, Judy.
There we go. Clara has posted for us. Check out the Wizards Table on Spotify, and there's the link to it. And actually, I'm going to try to star a couple of these for everybody or pin them for everybody to check out. So you guys are on Spotify and you're on Facebook. Where else can we find the Wizards Table?
You can find us on YouTube. You can find us, we have a couple episodes on RU Media. We have a couple episodes on Twitch. We're going to start streaming more on Twitch just so it's an easy access to everybody. And it's really nice to go play back through. So we're going to be on Twitch as well.
Sweet.
Yep. And I'm loving Twitch. The amount of Paranormal Unity, the support is insane. I'm in a few groups about Paranormal Unity, and I have never seen so much unity as I have since we have been on Twitch. It's been amazing.
Exactly. And I can honestly say, and everybody who is watching us right now, I appreciate it so much. I can say this right now, ever since we added ourselves to Twitch, we have 10 viewers right now, and we've had 10 viewers, 12 viewers, 15 throughout this whole 40 minutes of the show so far.
Yes.
That is more than we've ever had this early in a podcast. So I really appreciate everybody who's tuning in, or they could just be here to see y'all's beautiful faces. I mean, So, but yeah, thank you to everybody who's tuning in tonight to see the Wizard's Table. Thank you, Victor. I appreciate that. Lisa says, Ken Allen, you are awesome. Also, that's a
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, baby.
Yep. If you want to get on an episode of Minnesota Spiritcast, email us at minnesotaspirithunters@gmail.com. And we will get you up on here on the panel as Ken and Mr. Spee are right now. Now, I have some questions for both of you, but first, before I ask questions, my team over here, you guys are a little quiet. You got any questions for them?
Yeah. Ken, how long have you been practicing Satanism then?
Well, baby, I'm not a Satanist, but I do appreciate, I do understand the philosophy, and I do agree with the philosophy of Satanism. And there are certain aspects of it that I do adhere to and believe in. But as far as being a practitioner of sorcery and the occult, I've been doing that since I was 10 years old. And that was because my mother and her mother and her grandmother are Sicilian and practiced what's called strega, Sicilian folk magic. And that's what got me into the realm of magic and the occult.
Awesome.
Do you have your own cult or like your own group per se?
No, occult, baby. Not cult.
Not, okay. Sorry.
Hidden magic, sorcery, that kind of stuff. No, baby, I ain't no cult leader. I ain't no David Koresh, y'all.
Just wanted to clarify.
I'd join your cult, Ken.
I know you would, girl, and me and you would just
I would
gather up all the virgins.
Well, you can't have the fun without me. I'm on my way.
Let's do it.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll save them all for you, Marcus.
Oh, hell no.
So
No,
when
give me an excuse to come to Florida.
There you go. We'd love to have you.
Oh, by the way, we're gonna just pop up one day in Florida. You could best believe that. Even though Lisa is not with us anymore, there has been talks of planning a trip down to Florida, and y'all stay coming because we want to get you in on an episode of Minnesota Spirit Hunters, and that would be so cool. To investigate with people with knowledge like you guys have. You guys have some knowledge that not everybody has a take on. You guys have very usable and reasonable and true knowledge about different things that you don't hear every day. You know,
no,
so
what we talk about, you're right. You don't hear every day, and a lot of your and Mistress B, you can help me out with this too if I stumble a little bit in my words. But a lot of paranormal investigators, they don't like us because we're not all about the science and the light up things that go bleep, 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 and et cetera, et cetera. But look, here's the thing. Paranormal investigators, they go out and they look for, I don't even want to say evidence. I learned from a good friend of mine named Chris Carr from Bigfoot and the Bunny podcast. Not evidence. Let's call it data. Okay. But we don't go out and look for the paranormal. We are the paranormal.
mm-hmm.
Absolutely, that's what it is.
There's an echo. A bad one.
That's the new one. Who's that?
Somebody needs some headphones.
By the way, everybody, please welcome Kevin to the Minnesota Spiritcast. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Not too bad.
Poppy, throw in some headphones.
I don't have any headphones. Cody, do you have it?
Use Cody's headphones. By the way,
Hold on.
Kevin is my husband. We've been together for 22 years.
Ah, congratulations.
Hold on 1 second, you guys. I'm grabbing some headphones. I'm sorry.
No, take your time.
I have a question.
Sure. Until you get headphones, I'm going to just mute you real quick.
Yeah, hold on, because I can't understand anything.
Okay. There you go.
All right, what was your question?
So when you guys go into a place, how do you know exactly what you're going against and whatnot? You know, when, you know, new spirits or something else or anything like that.
Ken is really good about stuff like that. He's got a feeling. I'm decent. I can tell you if something is there, and I'm learning to tell a little bit more what it is. As I work with Ken more and I work with different types of entities, I'm hoping that I'll get to Ken's level and be able to say, oh yeah, that's an elemental, that's this, that's that. But right now all I can do is say, oh, there's something here, all right.
Mm-hmm.
I got headphones, you guys.
Perfect.
Hey, Boo. Hey,
Hi.
Boo.
Hey,
You look good, baby.
yeah, thanks. Well, look, you guys, the only reason I popped on is I was sitting in the living room, and I don't know what Ken has told you guys about me, but I am an empathic medium. I see those that walk with others. And while sitting in my living room, I had this overwhelming, kind of like my spirit guide came down, and sorry, you guys, I'm an empath, so I feel all the emotion. So if I get emotional, I apologize ahead of time.
Oh, you're all right.
But my spirit guide came down and kind of slapped me in the back of the head, and the individual that is with me, I see above, which is in a parental state as a grandparent or a parent. And this individual keeps showing me something, and I can't really tell if it's a squirrel or a rabbit, but it has a connection to someone that is there now. This is a gentleman. He would have been a father or a grandfather. And he has a squirrel or a rabbit. I don't know if it's to do with hunting. I don't know, but this gentleman is with me through one of you guys, because instantly it said, tell your husband that I'm here. So I just wanted to say there's a gentleman that is here. He's with me, and he has a message for someone there. And it's to do with getting your health checked. This individual, I feel clenching in my throat and in my chest as if they had breathing or heart issues, and they were a little lucid in their mind before crossing. And this person, if there's a connection to any of you guys, they're just saying that you need to have your health checked. And don't know what that means, don't know why, but get a doctor's appointment. So if a squirrel or a rabbit means anything to you guys, with a gentleman that had either lung or heart issues, or maybe a combination of both, because like I said, there's a severe clenching in my throat as if almost I can swallow. So that's why I'm here, just to throw out a little message, and sorry to interrupt you guys, and I'll let y'all get back to what you're doing.
No, thank you. Thank you, Boo, for coming on. Thank you.
Love you, Pappy.
Love you too, sweetheart. Y'all have a blessed evening.
You too. Thank you for coming. Wow. Okay, that's
his name is Kevin Story.
And if you want a reading from him, go to Two Spirits Conjure on Facebook, and you can get a reading from him. He's magically powerful.
It sounds like it.
Writing that down.
He's so powerful that me and him refuse to work together because we would cause earthquakes and shit. So.
Oh yeah.
They're like magnets. When you try to push magnets together, they just force themselves apart sometimes.
And that makes complete sense because I completely see where you're coming from, but that is really almost got me speechless, because just came to him just like that, you know, like, so everybody, like, maybe keep an eye out for a squirrel or a rabbit, for, you know, if it kind of shows a sign of something, keep an eye out, you know, because I'd love to know who he's getting this about, you know. That's awesome.
By the way, we are from the South, me and Kevin knows how to cook squirrel, and I'll eat it.
Yeah.
I won't eat no damn possum, y'all, okay? But I will eat squirrel.
Never had squirrel, and people say it's really good, but never had it.
I have.
Raccoon is good too, but it's very greasy. How do you get rid of that greasiness, Kevin?
Are you for real asking me how to cook
Yes.
raccoon right now?
Tell it.
Well, first you're going to cut up a whole bunch of onions, put them in a pot, and boil the snot out of it, because that's going to release all the grease and get all that kind of gamey flavor out. Then you can barbecue it, you can grill it, you can roast it.
Sounds
Y'all
good.
got
All right.
me hungry now.
But when
I
you
want
when you
that next time I come
when-
over.
but here's the
Sure.
thing: when you eat the raccoon, you got to drink a 40, like Old English or something.
You've got to stop.
That sounds great. That's what we're doing next time we come over. Ship the kid off to grandma's. We're playing Edward 40 hands.
Oh, I would rather a nice glass of Di Serono, and you guys can have the 40s.
Perfect.
Oh,
You can help us
yeah.
pee.
Yeah,
Di Serono.
long.
Yeah.
Can one of my team members look up how far Mora, Minnesota is from Florida?
I'm sure it's a long way, right?
Probably.
Well, come
I'm
on,
not-
we have extra room. Come on down.
Yeah,
Oh,
for real.
shit. I'm gonna go hop in the
3
car
days
now.
to get to Mexico from here, so
And tell Lisa to come on too.
Only 26 hours.
26? Whoa.
Hell, I can do that on a bicycle.
I would love to see that.
Ken, I know your track record on a bicycle. You can't make it down the dirt road.
No, but baby,
Oh.
I can ride a horse.
Is that a sexual innuendo? Because I don't
No,
want to
you
know
what
about
you know
it.
what he's talking about. One time, okay,
No,
let's just be honest. Let's
No,
be
let
honest.
me
because,
just be honest. Let me
okay,
just
go
be
go
honest.
ahead and tell it. Go. Oh,
One
Lord have
time,
mercy.
one
Let me
time,
grab some popcorn. I'll be right back.
oh, you're gonna need it.
You're gonna
One
need
time,
it.
Kenneth was on a bicycle. He was going to quote unquote get more alcohol to consume, which he did not need, and he only made it around the first curve on our road. And
Which was
making it
dirt.
around said curve, he fell into a ditch. A lady on her way to work sees feet sticking out of a ditch, calls the police, and says there's a dead man in the ditch. The police picked Ken up. Ken was so inebriated he could not tell them where he lived, and you could see our home from where they had him.
Oh my god.
They put him in jail under a John Doe. And I called hell in half of Texas the next day until I found him. And they said, well, we have a guy here that fits that description. But when we picked him up, he didn't even know his name.
Oh man.
And that's when I saw the, yeah.
So, but I'm going to completely get off here. I have a 5-year-old tugging at me. And you guys just, and I don't think it's so much pay attention for a squirrel or a rabbit. There is someone that has significance to a squirrel or rabbit, whether that be a ceramic figurine, whether that be a pet from childhood or a pet that the gentleman had or the gentleman like hunted squirrel or rabbit. I don't know, but I don't believe that it is something that you guys are going to look for. I think it's something that's already possessed.
Okay.
So you guys
yeah.
have a blessed evening. Say bye, Jackson.
Bye.
Bye, Jackson.
Thanks for hopping on. Now, I'm thinking of another episode of Minnesota Spiritcast with Ken Allen and Kevin Story. Let them just go at each other.
But you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. That shit would be so funny. That shit would go viral.
Yeah.
I've
go
seen
viral.
it. I've seen it firsthand, and it's hilarious.
Oh, we definitely got to do it now.
So
All
real
right,
quick,
y'all have any more questions for me? It's getting dark and cold out here, and I'm about to hop off.
You know, since I have lots of questions here, because you guys are very interesting, and I just want to know more. I'm gonna ask you one question, and then we'll let you go inside. And how about we get you guys back on here for another episode in the future?
sure.
Sounds great.
Yes. So I'll just start off plain and simple. We already talked about that. Let's see. Okay. Well, this question can be for either of you. What is the Lord of Light?
That's a
The
good
Lord-
question for Ken.
The Lord of Light.
Mm-hmm.
Historically speaking, there's been many Lords of Light, and I don't trust any of them bitches. Anything that goes around referring to itself or that has been categorized as a Lord of Light, I don't trust that shit.
Now, the reason that I ask is because I was, going through the content.
Other than Lucifer, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I was going through the content of the Wizard's Table, and I seen a post about the Lord of Light, and I'm like, that's interesting. I don't know who the Lord of Light is, so let's ask him. Let's figure it out. Now,
Oh, I thought you said light.
the Lord of Light, Light.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So, well, then we'll move on then, because just a plain and simple answer there. I also saw another post about Stolas,
Stolas. Yeah, Stolas.
Yes.
Stolas
yeah.
is one of my one of the demons that I work with. A very, very powerful ally of mine. Stolas is one of the demons who can teach you about healing. He can teach you about herbs. He can teach you about stones of the earth. He can teach you about astronomy and things like that. He can teach you about poisonous plants that can kill people, as well as again, the healing properties of plants. And I have worked with Stolas and employed his knowledge to help me specifically with what's called Dittany of Crete. Dittany of Crete is a type of herb. Now you can burn Dittany of Crete, get yourself in a semi-trance state, and demons will manifest in the smoke, and then you can speak with them and gain revelations and all sorts of knowledge. Listen, guys, okay, stop getting caught up in that bullshit about good versus evil, the black versus white, the binary shit. There's no such thing as absolutes, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't work
That's
that way.
it.
That's not a reality. That's not a reality.
Nope.
And here's a question for maybe both of you, and then we'll let you go inside B. But how do you banish a demon from a house when it doesn't want to leave? They have tried almost everything.
But I bet you haven't tried this. I bet you haven't tried this, baby. See, Mr. Spee refers to me as the occult Karen.
Yes, I do.
Because what I do is I call on the superior of that demon, a higher ranking demon than the said demon that's occupying or haunting or whatever to the house, causing mischief and shit like that. I will call on its superior, its higher ranking demon. And it's a big ceremony. I can't go into it all right now. It would take a long time, but it's a big ceremony. I know it by heart. And I contact this demon and I say, look, bro, your bitch is acting wrong. Get his ass together.
He calls the manager on the ass.
I call the manager. Occult Karen here calls the manager, and 99.9% of the time that does the trick, because I have seen Catholic priests run like little bitches. I have seen shamans run. I have seen Buddhist priests run. But when you call upon their superiors, shit gets right. The demon leaves, and it's all gravy, baby.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would do.
You can do other things too. I mean, I know you said you tried everything, but you can do a lot of smoke cleansing, and you can use more than sage to cleanse your house.
Please don't use
lavender. You can use cedar. You can use sandalwood. You can use dragon's blood. You can use all sorts of things. You can make a candle. Yeah, you can make a candle and anoint it with your intent of leave, get the fuck out of here. You can honestly just tell it to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, but please don't go. If your house is infested, haunted by even a human spirit as well as a non-human entity, a primordial spirit. When I say primordial, I mean a spirit that has never known flesh, a spirit that has never walked the earth in flesh. Demons and jinn, even angels. I've had to banish angels before because they wanted to act up. But don't use sage, because that doesn't do anything. Sage is mostly for residual shit.
Mm-hmm. Now,
that's not going to do nothing.
Can you do this virtually?
I have done it. Well, I haven't done it virtually, but I have done it remotely.
Okay.
Remotely.
Okay. And then always remember the shades of gray are larger than the whole usually.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
That's it.
Yeah.
Agreed.
100%.
And then Debbie says, thank you. And Debbie says, he's even had a priest. And
Yeah.
nope.
That ain't gonna do it. That ain't gonna do it. You need to get an occultist in there, a practitioner of sorcery, preferably someone who practices either demonolatry, not to be confused with demonology, demonolatry, or a very knowledgeable occultist who knows what the hell they're doing to call on the superior of the demon. Because if all else fails, that won't fail, baby.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Can you explain the two between the demonology?
Okay, so demonology is obviously the study and the categorization of demons. Even Catholic priests, specifically Roman Catholic, Jesuits, and stuff like that, they study that or whatever. Even some of your laymen study demonology. Again, the categorization in the study of demons. Demonolatry, on the other hand, is where you work with a demon with respect and gratitude, and you leave it offerings such as red wine, incense, and stuff like that, and you come to an agreement. Hey, look, bro, if you will do this for me, then I will give you public recognition. I will give you an offering of wine. I will burn frankincense and myrrh for you. I will burn clove incense for you, stuff like that. And when you combine clove incense, frankincense, and myrrh all in one thing on a piece of self-lighting charcoal with red wine, it should always be red wine, wine, baby, like a Merlot or a nice Chianti. No fava beans, okay. The demon will work with you and he will help you, and they're not what people think they are. They're not what people think they are. Okay. Now, sometimes a demon will get up on its ass and it'll harass somebody or it'll cause problems or whatever for whatever reason. And those reasons can vary. It just depends. But then again, so can angels. I've been in a situation where I had to banish an angel from a decommissioned Catholic church where a couple moved in there. And this angel was pissed off because it was no longer a Catholic church. So I had to call on the demon Ouroboros. And Ouroboros helped me to banish this angel, because he was causing problems. He was flushing the toilets in the middle of the night. He was opening and closing the windows and slamming them down in the middle of the night. He was throwing books off shelves. He was shoving people. And it was, in fact, an angel. I promise you that.
Wow.
Don't trust them either.
Right.
All right, y'all. I'm going to take this opportunity to say thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciated it, but I'm freezing, so I'm going to get inside.
Sounds
Bye,
good.
Mistress B.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
On the show.
Love y'all.
Now, I'm going to just tell you now, Ken, you have yourself a great co-host there. This is the first time of meeting her, and she is absolutely amazing. So both of you together on the Wizards table, you can't get any better than that.
She's wonderful.
Absolutely. Now, we have a private question in the private chat here from Gabby. So as in, I don't want to butcher this word, but magic?
Magic. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. What type of magic do you do in Wicca? I love making incense and candles and tarot cards.
What kind of, that question's for me?
Yeah, like what type of magic do you do, or what do you consider magic?
Okay, so I practice what's called the left-hand path. It's a darker path of magic. It's black magic mostly. And don't think of black magic in a negative versus positive way. I do not practice Wicca in any way, shape, or form. Nothing wrong with it. If it floats your boat, then put it in the water. But I do practice what's called chaos magic. Chaos magic is very powerful magic. You reverse engineer rituals and magic and stuff like that. In fact, with chaos magic, here's something I've done, and a lot of people will scoff and laugh and they'll, probably open a bottle of champagne about this shit, but I have actually created an invocation. You ever played the game God of War?
Yes.
Okay. Kratos. I've actually, in chaos magic, you can do that shit. You can create an invocation to Kratos, the god of war, and invoke him. And whatever that energy is, whatever that energy becomes through your invocation, Kratos will actually, I did it because I needed powerful protection. Kratos provided.
Wow.
So you can work with fantasy entities and make that shit happen. But most of chaos magic is reverse engineering, breaking it down, and paradigm shifting your paradigms. If I need to be a Wiccan for one day to handle some shit, then okay, I'm going to immerse myself in Wicca, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I know for a fact that Amy Allen from what is the show called? Amy Allen, you guys know. She's psychic medium, very powerful psychic medium. The Dead Files, Amy Allen from the Dead Files.
Yeah.
She has been in some situations that were extreme, and she told the occupants of the home, "Oh, baby, you need to call a chaos magician." So essentially, that's what I am, a chaos magician. We do a lot of shit, and we confuse the spirits to the point that they don't have a choice but to leave.
Mm-hmm.
And a chaos magician needs to be well versed in many different modalities of magic.
That's awesome. Do you do like individual teachings or trainings?
I used to. We had a New Age store locally. I live right outside Tallahassee, Florida, the capital, North Florida. I used to do teachings there until this particular New Age store shut down. So, but the podcasting and various other things have kept me very, very occupied. So I haven't really taught anything lately.
Right. Now we're going to take a. Sorry, go ahead.
Who?
Oh, I thought somebody was starting to say something.
Maybe you're hearing a spirit, baby.
Maybe. I don't know. So we're going to take a few more questions here. So if anybody has questions for the Wizards table, feel free to ask those right now. But Ken, Kara says, can you tell virtually what is at a location? We have something negative here.
Yes, I can. I have done that many times before. I have done readings for people just by looking at the picture of the person, the place, the property, forests, the house, exterior. I don't even need to look at the interior. Yes, I can do that.
Now, we did just release an episode on Kara and Brandon's house. So that can give everybody a sly idea of kind of what's going on there. But Kara, my best suggestion would maybe be reach out to Ken outside of the podcast and see if you guys can figure out what's going on. So,
yep.
Now, Brandon.
Yep.
Do you have any questions about the Wizards table or about Ken or about Mr. Spee or anybody?
I don't got answered.
A lot of them got answered.
We did answer a lot on here, and you know what? I did write down questions for to ask you guys. I didn't even have to ask majority of them because they were answered without me asking them. So I think this was a really great show, and I definitely want to offer you guys back on here again because, like somebody said earlier in the chat, that we can learn a lot from the Wizards table. A lot.
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
I'm honored to that you asked me to return. So
absolutely,
thank you.
This won't be the last time. We definitely love having you on here. It's always a good time. Dina says, "Sorry, I love hearing Ken Allen. I'm sorry I'm missing this. Got needles in my back and still dealing with a lot of pain. Miss you all. Catch you next time."
Bummer.
Well, so Dina, I know exactly what you're going through because I just got over the worst back pain that I could. Was at the hospital getting my baby shots for turning 6 months old, I believe. But I picked her up off the bed and I went to put her in the car seat, and all of a sudden my back made me almost fall on the floor with her. It came out of nowhere. So I know what you're going through right now.
Are you guys familiar with stinging nettle?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, get you some stinging nettle Don't worry about the sage. Get you
Okay.
some stinging nettle and pick it. Now, you need to pick it with your hands. There's a proper way to do it. I learned how to pick it from a Native American medicine man. But you pick it with your hands. There's a right way to do it. You have to do it real gentle and caress that stem real gentle and pick it right up. You
Okay.
take that stinging nettle and you let it dry, okay? You get a lot of it and you let it dry. You then put that into like a shell or some kind of a burner, and you burn that and you walk around your house with that. That's a surefire way of getting rid of a lot of negative entities. Not all, but a lot of.
Yeah. Right. Wow.
Stinging nettle, baby.
And where might we be able to find this?
It grows wild. I got
backyard all over.
Yeah, I have hundreds and hundreds of it that grow in my front yard, backyard. It's everywhere.
Yep, I do too.
Awesome. Rochelle, I'm on my way.
I don't have it right now. It's full of snow.
Right. Debbie says one more question. He's tired. He's tried to leave that house, but it seems like it keeps calling him back to it. Is this possible?
Yes, of course it is. Absolutely. There's something anchoring him. There's an anchor there, and it's important you find out what that anchor is, what that anchor could be. And if you find out what that is and you could remove whatever that element is, it's possible that that it can move on.
Absolutely. If anybody has any more questions, please reach out to me or Ken. If you need, any services that Ken might be able to offer, feel free to reach out to the Wizard's Table or to Ken himself. But if you have any questions right now, now's the time to get them out there about Minnesota Spirit Hunters or the Wizard's Table, because the Wizard's Table is live, every Sunday?
No, excuse me. We are on every other Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay. So every other Saturday, and you stream on Facebook and Twitch and YouTube?
Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Yeah, that's right, baby.
Awesome. So you can catch the Wizard's Table, Ken Allen, and Mr. Spee over on YouTube, Facebook, and on Twitch. Definitely great platforms. And this whole Twitch thing, I'm loving it because, we're getting a lot of support on Twitch, and I definitely appreciate everybody who tuned into Twitch for our very first stream. So, paranormal consultant in the house. Hey, Matt. Hope you had a good show yourself. But Ken, do you have any questions for Minnesota Spirit Hunters?
I mean, not right off. I don't. I just think you guys are doing a great time. I'm sorry. I think you guys are doing a great thing. Keep it up. Be open-minded.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just rely on the science. Okay.
Mm-hmm. No.
There's a lot more out there than just the science. The science is good. Look, as a chaos magician, I work with science and with occultism, but try to find somebody. Try to find a good, reputable occultist to work with you guys. Not always, but from time to time.
Yeah.
Give you a different perspective on shit,
Yeah.
I would like to see more paranormal investigators do that. I know that Brandon Crody is doing that now with me. I know that the local group I work with called Outcast Paranormal, we're doing that. They're doing that. They've employed me as well. Try to find somebody like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think I'm looking at somebody.
I just, I wish we all didn't live so damn far away. It would be great for us all to just get together and do something,
Yeah, right. Well, you know what? We're 3 months almost 4 months into 2022. We all need to meet up for sure. Ken, I can offer you this in September, and you're welcome, Matt, but I can offer you this. Para-Unity Day 2022 is coming September 26th and 27th. Everybody's going to meet up. We're going to hang out, meet each other for the first time or meet each other again. And then the following day, we're going to go over to Gettysburg and do an investigation over there. So
I have always wanted to go to Gettysburg. Always.
Now's your chance, man.
Same thing here.
Yeah. I always wanted to go there because that place is absolutely saturated with the dead.
Yes. No, I think it would be absolutely cool. for you to not even announce that you're coming, but to just show up, I'd probably start bawling because you
No,
guys.
that's how I work, baby. I don't let nobody know I'm going. I just boom, here I am. Y'all.
Just walk in, throw your hair back. What's up, bitches?
Here I am, y'all.
Yep. So, all right. Well, we're
So we're taking a party bus, right?
Sorry, what?
So we're taking the party bus there?
Oh yeah, for sure. Ken's got to be the first one to test the pole and see if it's up there good.
Oh, I'll twirl.
You do that, sir.
I'll twirl.
Yes. All right. Well, we're gonna wrap this up here, Ken. I can't thank you enough for agreeing to come back on the show. Absolutely. I can't thank you enough for agreeing to come back, and I'll definitely be reaching out for a part 3. And you know what? If you do show up to Terra Unity Day, it's gonna be amazing to meet you. And if Mr. Speed comes through, that would be a lot of fun. So
yeah. And one more thing I want to say. Read your Bible, baby. Y'all read your good book. Read the good book, y'all. Read the good book.
I'm actually going to head to Amazon once we're done here and purchase one, just so I can get a better understanding about everything in there.
You would be amazed.
And
the philosophy is amazing.
If I do have any questions about anything, then I'm gonna reach out and say, like, what does this mean? Like, can you give me a better understanding on it? And just kind of, if I need anything or have any questions, then I think you'd be the best person to talk to. So
yeah, anybody who needs some advice or is in a situation, please reach out to me. I might not be able to go where you're at, but I can point you in the right direction and give you some advice. Sure.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. Well, I can't thank everybody for watching enough, and especially everybody who tuned into our first stream on Twitch tonight. So thank you for that. We will be live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch on Sunday with MJC Paranormal. Catch the Wizard's Table on Spotify and on Facebook, YouTube, all that good stuff. All the links are down in the description of this podcast, and you can check all that out. Ken, until next time, man, it was a fabulous show, and I kind of hate to cut it short here, but yeah, we're definitely gonna have you back.
All gravy, baby, and it was a pleasure. Thank you guys so much, and all you guys, thank you. Nothing but love, y'all.
Very welcome. Have a good night.
Good night.
All right, bye. All right, guys. Well, what did you guys think? Gabby, I believe this may be your first time seeing the Wizard's Table, isn't it?
It is, and I'm actually really glad that I came on tonight because it's one of the things that I'm really interested in learning. So.
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. And like we said previous in the podcast, that if you ever need advice or even just something cleared up about anything that we talked about tonight, Ken Allen and Mr. Speed are definitely the ones to go to. They have great takes on everything, and they're a lot of fun as well. So, Rochelle, what'd you think?
Oh, I think he's awesome.
He is.
Can't believe all the information he knows and stuff.
Right. And yeah, like I said, you can learn a lot from Ken Allen. He's very knowledgeable in the paranormal field, and if you are unsure about something, I'm sure that once you're done talking to Ken, he will clear it up for you. That's how good he is. So
I think so.
Yes. And Brandon, what do you think?
Well, I had a blast. Same thing as Rochelle was saying. That he's just so knowledgeable about everything that he's talking about and knows exactly what he's doing and all of that.
Yeah, absolutely, and definitely can't wait to have him back. Gabby, I can't thank you enough for coming on for your very first show since the last time that you were on the team. Welcome back to the team, everybody. Gabby here is going to be our new floater, so she's going to be learning everything within Minnesota Spirit Hunters and train for everything. So you can catch her in our season 2, episode 1 when that comes out. I will be announcing that within the next couple weeks to a month or so of where we're going to be. But you guys know Rochelle already. Rochelle is our she's not our longest running medium. You know, our two mediums on the team, Rochelle and T, they are our two longest running Minnesota Spirit Hunters. So Rochelle, thank you for coming on tonight. I think we had an absolute blast, and it's good to see you on here.
Thank you. Nice to be on again.
Absolutely. And I did talk to the team. We are going to try to get our Minnesota SpiritCast a little earlier for everybody's convenience. That way it's not so late. We're going to try to get it within the 6:30, 7 o'clock range Central Time. That way more people are able to tune in. For the 10 to 12 to 15 to 18 people who have been watching this whole time, you guys are phenomenal. I can't thank anybody enough. And of course, Brandon, co-host, thank you very much for co-hosting the show. Kara for modding the show. Lisa for still showing support on the Twitch and Facebook side. Lisa's still got that support out there for us. And all of the everybody who supports us is absolutely phenomenal. So once again, thank you to everybody who helped out tonight and who came on and had an absolute blast. So until next show, I hope to see a couple of you on there on Sunday, because definitely Mason is a great guy as well. So if you don't know who MJC Paranormal is, well, you will on Sunday. He's a great guy. So
Mason's crazy.
He's a very crazy person. Yes, he is. And Mason, if you're watching, we still love you, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, all right. Well, Gabby, Rochelle, Brandon, it's been awesome. It's been great. Like I said, I hope to see a couple of you on Sunday. But you guys have a great night. Enjoy your night. And everybody in the comments here, have a great night. Enjoy your night. And you know what? Like Ken Allen said, don't be afraid to be yourself. Be yourself, speak your mind, do what you got to do. And Paranormal Consultant says, I'll definitely rewatch, but I have no doubts that this was a great show. You got it, man. And we'll be rewatching your show as well, because Matt was live while we were live. So we're going to go over and watch that. But to all of my hunters here, thank you guys so much. We're going to call this an end right now. But you guys have a great night, and thank you.
You too. Thank you.
You're welcome. All
Bye.
right.
Bye.
We'll see y'all later. All right, guys. Well, I can't thank everybody enough for tuning in to Twitch for the first time. Our Facebook followers that are there for us every single time that we do Minnesota SpiritCast. It's absolutely a blast. Like I said, we have extra podcasts this week. You're definitely not going to want to miss the Minnesota SpiritCast within the next couple of shows. Season 1, episode 5, Pine City Poltergeist, aired on ParaPost Network and Minnesota Spirit Hunters Facebook not too long ago. The trailer is also up. We also have a new website in production right now because we got locked out of our old one. So we will release the website link and everything when that is ready. So, but for now, I'm going to call this an end. Everybody who watched, thank you very much. I really appreciate it all. Until Sunday, you guys have a great night. And sounds a little familiar, but happy hunting.
This program is intended for mature audiences. Parental discretion is